Hello and welcome to another Motion Industries how-to video. My name is Tom Clark. I am your host. And on today's how-to, we're going to talk about an important roller chain maintenance topic. And here to help us out from the Diamond Chain Company is Mandy McSherry. Mandy, welcome to the program. How are you?
I'm doing well, Tom.
This is awesome. We have some cool chains here on the desk. I have no idea what's going on, so it's up to you. Tell me what we're going to learn about the Diamond Chain Company today.
Well, Tom, today we're going to cover what some call the lifeblood of roller chain.
Okay, lifeblood of roller chain. I'd say that sounds like a very important topic. So what exactly is the lifeblood of roller chain?
You know, Tom, we cannot tell everyone just yet.
I knew that was coming, but I'm just guessing that instead you're going to start with an easily understood, relatable example that helps to illustrate the importance of this topic. Am I right?
You are right, Tom.
Thank you.
So speaking of that example, how far do you think you could drive your car without motor oil in the engine?
Well, based on the last time it happened, I'm thinking maybe from the garage to the end of the driveway, not very far.
While you might make it out of the garage, and let's remember this is not something anybody should try, you're certainly not going to make it very far.
So I'm starting to think that the lifeblood of roller chain is probably lubrication?
Right on, Tom.
Okay.
So lubricating chain as part of an overall preventative maintenance program is the most important thing you can do to maximize service life. A properly specified and well-maintained chain will wear out when it reaches the end of its theoretical service life at around 15,000 hours. But without proper lubrication, chain just isn't going to get you very far.
I guess not, and we certainly do not want that. So it looks like we have a lot of options here on the table. What can you tell us about some of these items? But before we do, we have to make sure that we put on our PPE because whatever the job calls for, that's what you want to do. I've got my safety glasses here, but Mandy has something special, don't you?
I do, Tom. I have my own personal prescription PPE.
Yeah, and that's something that you can get as well. It's the first time we've had that on the MI How-To videos. If you do wear glasses and you need to wear safety glasses on the job, you can get prescription PPE. So it's really important that you do that so you can see everything as far as what's going on. All right, that's awesome. Go ahead, Mandy.
All right, well, first we're going to talk about situations in which it's practical and possible to lubricate chain. Say, for example, a simple mechanical drive system where the chain is accessible. Here we have a couple of options that everyone's going to be familiar with, a can of spray oil and a bottle of drip oil.
Yeah, we've seen those before. Okay, what about the pros and cons of those types of solutions?
Well, both are easy to apply with just a spritz or a squeeze to the inside slack span of the chain, but it's important to note that this type of manual lubricating should only be done when the drive is stopped and the machinery is locked and tagged.
Yeah, that's important, but that does sound like downtime to me.
Chain needs regular lubrication, at least once for every 8 hours of operation. And doing this manually can certainly be time-consuming, but the biggest concern here is that you can't effectively get oil into the pin bushing area of the chain, especially with spray oil.
All right, I'm with you there. So I'm assuming that the Diamond Chain Company has a more robust solution?
Well, here we have several options, and determining which is right for a particular application depends primarily on the chain speed in feet per minute.
And that information we can get online?
It is online,
okay.
And your local Motion representative can also help you with this selection. All right, so the first display is an example of a drip lubricator. This is appropriate for speeds of up to 350 feet per minute for an ANSI 35 chain as an example. This device continually applies oil to the upper edges of the link plates with, as the name implies, drops of oil.
Yeah, I can see it there, kind of just drip, drip, drip. Okay, that's 350 feet per minute, but what if we're running faster than that? What do we do?
So here's an example of an oil bath lubricator. Here, a short section of chain runs through a reservoir at the bottom of the casing, coating the entire chain in oil. So this would work for an application running up to 2,650 feet per minute for an ANSI 35 chain. When using an oil bath, it's important that you do not have a long section of chain running through the basin, as that would cause the oil to foam and overheat, which means it would quickly lose its effectiveness. As you see in our display example, there's only a small portion of the chain actually making contact with the oil.
Yeah, because it's just to dip it in there just to keep the oil lubricated. But now we have one more example here in this display, and I don't know, it looks like a snake. I have no idea what this is. What have we got?
This is an oil stream lubricator. Oil under pressure is applied with a nozzle that sprays directly onto the chain. The oil stream lubricates, cools, and cleans the chain. This type of system is a must for high-speed, high-power operations.
What about spray tanning? Recommend that?
Probably not.
No? Okay. All right, so these are options for those easy-to-maintain applications. But what do you do? Regular maintenance, we'll say, is impractical or impossible. What have you got? What does the Diamond Chain Company have that can save me, Mandy?
In those instances, there's a special type of chain that we call maintenance-free.
And would you happen to have any maintenance-free examples for those folks out there?
Yes, Tom. Yes, I do.
Oh, well, look at that. It's the maintenance-free line. I'm going to put these up front here. All right, tell us, what do we got here, Mandy?
All right, well, our first option is Diamond's DuraLube series. And this features a powdered metal bushing that has a lubricant drawn into it using a vacuum. During use, the lubricant is released back into the pin and bushing joints. Our second example here is Diamond's Ringleader O-Ring series, which is perfect for situations that rely entirely on the initial factory lubrication. The chain is constructed with O-rings that seal a specially formulated lubricant into every joint while keeping dust, debris, and contaminants out.
And that's ridiculously incredible. Great options. Thank you so much. I mean, there you have it. Lubrication. It is the lifeblood of roller chain. Certainly something you want to make sure that you're doing one way or another on a regular basis. Mandy, thank you so much. Great information today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Tom.
All right, that was Mandy McSherry. She's with the Diamond Chain Company. And if you have any questions about anything you saw here today, you can always contact your nearest Motion Industries branch location. They'll be able to help you out. Hopefully this will help you with your practical application. As you saw, I had my PPE on. Mandy had her prescription PPE on. You can get it either way. Just make sure that you're wearing the right PPE for whatever the job calls for. And also make sure that you look for other Motion Industries how-to videos with me, Tom Clark, as your host. Thanks for watching today.